you said Gyokeres was more effective than Vicky. You said Ekitike was more effective than Gyokeres in that
More
game.
involved.
That's actually not true, because Ekitike in the entirety of the game had 2 successful passes where Gyokeres himself created 2 chances. There's two completely different games. The thing is, because Ekitike plays at Liverpool and they won the game, his performance is viewed differently. Mo Salah and Ekitike both had worse performances than Gyokeres in the game, but Gyokeres is picked at because he's at Arsenal, because he kind of was isolated. He didn't really get as many opportunities.
That's the whole point. Yeah, that's what I just said.
Actual facts. The facts of the matter is.
But no, but he didn't say that.
No. But
I didn't pick on Gyokeres either. I think you didn't.
But you pointed out Arsenal.
No, but you didn't create for Gyokeres, so it's not his fault.
I said. Like, your biggest problem.
But you just simply said right now, Ekitike was more effective.
Said he's more involved, Egal.
Yeah, he was more involved.
He looked more involved in the game than your career. Well, he was. Eye test tells me with my own eyes, from what I watched of that game, that he was more involved in the game.
Eye test tells me that Gyokeres created 2 chances, one for Madueke and one for Timber, where Ekitike had 2 successful passes the whole game. What did he do? He didn't do anything. You know what it is? That is not eye test. That is precedent based on how people speak about the players. That is what it is. Everyone has set a level of like impression that they have of a player, and immediately coming out of the game, which was not a striker's game, by the way, this was a tactical battle where somebody had to get a goal.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And to say Arsenal were not direct, Liverpool were not direct either. So I don't know.
Can I tell you now?
I don't know where this. I don't know where this.
Let me tell you 2 days after why Liverpool deserved to win.
Can I finish? Because I was responding to what Jem was saying. Then the final thing you said, Arsenal have a creativity problem. Well, our creative player in Odegaard, one was injured, as they just joined, and Arteta made a selection problem. I think it was more of a selection. He made a mistake in his selections rather than his overall tactics. I thought the tactics were correct. I thought just the personnel was wrong. I would have had Odegaard and Eze in the team from the jump, and if something goes wrong, you can take them out. But I guess he didn't want to do that. And yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I just feel like the whole narrative around this game is one team tried to win, the other team didn't. Well, that's absolute BS, in my opinion.
Okay, can I tell you why it's not BS? Let me present you my argument. Let me present you my argument 2 days later. Now that you're a bit calmer, I would hope you get me. Here's the thing with the game. Look, first half, Arsenal were marginally better because Arsenal defensively nullified us completely. Liverpool wanted to attack, but we were incapable of attacking. There is a difference between someone being incapable of doing something versus not wanting to do something. We wanted to attack. We wanted to get on the front foot. We wanted to create chances. But Arsenal's defensive setup made it impossible for us to do that. And on top of that, Salah was absolutely crap. McAllister was absolutely crap. And everyone on the panel knows how much I love those 2 players specifically. But both of them had horrendous games. McAllister's passing was off. Salah's passing was off. They were just both absolutely crap. And every time we got into the final third in the first half, Salah misplaced the pass. McAllister misplaced the pass. Wirtz misplaced the pass. Ekitike misplaced the pass. Like, there was a moment even in the first half where we were counterattacking you, and Ekitike and Wirtz just ran into each other. Like, we completely just messed up everything. The second half, this is where I disagree with you. The reason why Liverpool deserved to win the game is because the second half now starts. We nullified each other in the first half, no problem. Second half starts. Liverpool immediately show intent of wanting to attack. The Curtis Jones substitution changed the game because Curtis Jones came on for McAllister, who had a dreadful game. Curtis Jones came on, started driving with the ball, got into the space between the Arsenal midfield and the Arsenal defense, and started to create something every time he got on the ball. Now, the second half, stats don't lie. From the 45th minute until Liverpool scored, Liverpool had 67% possession of the football. The reason why I said on the football terrace is that Liverpool would have scored anyway, regardless of the free kick, is because Liverpool were in the ascendancy, meaning Liverpool showed that they want to attack, that we created chances. I'll give you an example. The Wirtz half volley that Raya made a fantastic save for. Wirtz played 2 through passes to Salah, of which Salah had a horrendous first touch and could not do anything with the football. But Liverpool were in the ascendancy. When I say we're in the ascendancy, I'm basing it based off of the facts. Second half, Arsenal did not show attacking intent or attacking ambition at all in the second half, up until Liverpool scored. So that was my logic for saying that I think Liverpool would have won the game anyway, because We came out in the second half with the intent to attack. And it was tactical instructions from the manager, and it was the substitution by Curtis Jones. And I think, based off of data that we can go off based off the last 4 years, Arteta is the type of manager, and this is not an insult, this is just the type of manager that he is. Arteta is the type of manager to want to not lose over wanting to win. And it showed, because Arsenal were taking long set pieces from their own half with the scoreline at 0-0. That does not show me a manager that has attacking intent. Now, I understand Odegaard was injured. I understand that Eze is a new signing. But I did a preview with Troops, Redmond, and Dan Potts. Go see it after the stream if you think I'm lying. I said it would not shock me if Eze doesn't start. I get Odegaard is injured, no problem. Okay. Eze played 3 games for Crystal Palace. He's completely match fit. Why didn't Eze start? There's no excuse for that. And on top of that, as well, why not bring on Eze and Odegaard at halftime? Why wait? There's literally no reason to wait. You could have brought them both on at halftime and helped you change the game in a more positive fashion. So that's why, for me, I look at the performance in the second half by Liverpool until we scored an egg, and I can actually conclude and deduce that Liverpool would have scored the goal because we were on the ascendancy and we were showing a lot more offensive prowess. That's it. That was my logic for the game. I never brought up anything about the first half or anything like that.
All right. Liverpool's second half performance, you had maybe 3 good chances. The whole game, you had 3 good chances.
Yeah.
That's it. So and even then, you were at home. We held the champions, the team that is the best attack in the league, and nullified them. Mo Salah, the best attacker last season, was nullified. Ekitike, who scored 3 goals in 3 games, nullified. So when it comes down to it, if it wasn't for that free kick, you weren't going to score. As much as you say you want to score, you're going to score, there's no evidence to say you're going to break us down, because you didn't do it for what was it, 70 minutes until that free kick.
I gave you the evidence.
No, what you're saying is your feelings. There's no actual evidence to say you were going to officially break us down.
How is 67% possession my feeling? How is the very chance my feeling?
You can have possession, but possession is not going to put the ball in the back of the net.
No, but that's not a feeling. You can't tell me I'm feeling something when I'm giving you a fact.
And I can give you a fact too. You only had 50 something XG the whole game. You had 3 shots on target the whole second half.
And all 3 of them came when second half.
When it comes to that game, you were not peppering our goal. Yes, you were in the ascendancy. Yes, you were gaining more dominance in the second half.
Yeah, that's my point.
Yes, you since the 60th minute onward, I would say Liverpool were starting to gain more control of the game. But even though you're gaining more control of the game, we in open play, you did not score. And I don't think you were going to score based on the fact that how solid we were defensively. What happened was Zubimendi gave away a silly foul and ended up costing us with that free kick that you scored in. And there was no evidence to state that you were going to get a goal from open play. You scored one goal that was offside, and even then it was from a David Raya error. It wasn't you.
Yeah, but then I gave you the evidence. You're ignoring the evidence. That's my problem.
What evidence?
I'm not going to say anything feeling. I'm not going to state a single feeling. I'm saying factually, from minute 45 until Liverpool scored, Liverpool had 67% possession. The 3 chances that you're talking about all happened in the second half. So that shows you just said yourself Liverpool were in the ascendancy. So you're talking about Liverpool were actively trying to score. Because Arsenal are an incredible club, I can't come here and go like, Liverpool had 15 chances. Yeah, it's impossible because you're not Burnley. Obviously, you're very solid defensively. So we're never going to create 700 chances against you. But those 3 chances are 3 moments where we could have scored, which leads me to deduce that because we were on the ascendancy, because we were attacking, because we were getting in behind, that's the conclusion where I can say, okay, because we were doing that, had the scoreline been 0-0 after the free kick, Liverpool would have kept attacking and eventually broken the deadlock. That's it.
Okay. First of all, 2 of the shots were, one of them was a pop shot from Gakpo, the other one was Florian Wirtz, and the third one was the goal. So you really only had 2 shots in that whole second half. Yes, you had 56% possession, but you're at home. Do you expect us to have dominance over you in your own house? Also, we kept you at bay for the whole first half, and you were the ones that were actually playing reserved. You guys were the ones that were actually being like a little bit defensive, a little bit more cautious in that first half. And to say any otherwise is crazy because you really didn't come and attack us at all. You didn't touch our box for 30 minutes. So we were struggling attacking wise.
30 minutes when?
Just
Can I
as
just
much
say
as you
something
were.
really quickly? There's a lot of talk about what Liverpool didn't do or did whatever. You had one shot in 90 minutes. Like, why are you not even evaluating your own attacking deficiencies?
One shot on target, yeah. But we had more shots
That was
overall.
one shot in the whole game, bro.
No, we had one shot on target.
What was it? I'm pretty sure
we had 11 shots.
We had more shots.
Yeah,
one. Sorry,
we
yeah,
had
one
more
shot
shots in them. We had more shots in them. We had just only
you
like
wanted to list other stuff, but you couldn't.
Than them.
What we do?
The reason why you had the XG is your set pieces, Egal. Me and you both know this.
Stop what we're doing here.
Stop it.
I don't know.
Just open play XG and come back to me.
Bro, our biggest chance was
getting excited over I had more shots than you. I had more corners.
No, because they're basically
I had more. This is crazy.
Martin, because they're talking shit. That's why. And the only way you're gonna
sounds like amateur hour.
When you're speaking on a stream, are you gonna go and point at your eye test and say this happened, and memorize every single moment of the game?
I'm not talking about eye test. You keep blaming me of talking about eye test and feelings when I'm not. You agreed that Liverpool were in the ascendancy. You agreed that Liverpool in the second half. No, but you see now you said that we interrupt you. You see how you're interrupting because now you're speaking with your feelings. See, we can both play this game. I didn't say I think, I feel, I felt like. That's not what I'm saying. I'm giving you facts. 67% possession up until we scored. The Wirtz chance. The reason why the Salah chance was not a chance or a shot is because of his shit first touch. But it doesn't change the fact that Wirtz played him an incredible through ball. He then had a shit first touch, ran immediately into the Arsenal defender. So that doesn't change the fact that it was dangerous. So it was dangerous because Wirtz created the chance for him. Gakpo had that shot that was saved. Raya made a fantastic save from a Wirtz half volley. So I'm deducing it based off of the fact that, as you yourself have said, second half, Liverpool were in the ascendancy, meaning Liverpool were attacking. So, okay, let's say Raya saves that free kick. In the next 10 minutes, genuinely asking you right now, Egal, genuine question. In the next 10 minutes, based off of what you yourself said that Liverpool were in the ascendancy, who was more likely to score in the next 10 minutes? More likely, even though you think both teams wouldn't have, you think that, right? So, but who was more likely to score, genuinely?
Arsenal had the best chance with Eze when he tripped in front of goal.
You attacked because you were 1-0 down.
But I'm telling you, you said who had the best chance of scoring. In that moment in time, Arsenal had the best opportunity to score. But guess what? We didn't. And in open play, we actually generated more than you.
So you were the better team then, yeah? Is that what we're saying?
No,
is that
we were both underwhelming.
Okay, so what? I don't get the argument here. Like, I really don't get
the
it.
Argument is they were the better team.
What I'm saying is that the game was actually a poor game.
It was a shit game.
A lot of these top games are, and Liverpool won.
Liverpool
Martin,
won.
Tell us let's let Martin have the final say on the game.
Liverpool won. Husam is spinning it as in Liverpool were the only team trying to attack. No,
bro,
but that's what the
problem is you want to know the problem. You're doing the same thing that the other guy on the terrace did on Sunday. You're going like, Husam is speaking like this. You're accusing me of feelings, but you're acting based off of your feelings. Tell me, respond to what I said, not what I sound like. Liverpool were not amazing. I never claimed Liverpool were amazing once.
No, you claimed Liverpool were going to go on to score. There was no
evidence. Because of the facts that I presented. Not because
there was no evidence to state that if you didn't score that free kick, you were going to go on to score.
Okay, so this is my evidence. Okay, let me tell you the evidence. Evidence, 67% possession. The shots on target all came in the second half. And the Curtis Jones substitution allowed us to now be like have the ball more because we didn't have the ball more than you in the first half. And the Wirtz 3 passes that he made in dangerous positions, of which Salah messed up 2 of them, and the one that Gakpo had that you mentioned, the low-driven shot that Raya saved. So that's all evidence. That's not feeling.
Okay, Salah didn't mess it up. He got blocked. Both times he got blocked. That is the defender using their leg and defending. It's not, magically missing wide. He got his shots blocked. We were defending resolute defensively. Doesn't mean just because you had more time, you're going to score goals. Number 2, you're talking about Florian Wirtz getting more space, getting more time. Because, it's later in the game. We're pushing on. We're trying to get a goal. And when we bring on both Martin Odegaard and Eze, yes, you're being a little bit more defensive because you scored the goal, but there is no evidence to say either team were going to break the deadlock. It was that magical moment from Szoboszlai, and Husam, you are actually adding information that hasn't happened. I'm staying consistent with what actually happened in the game. It was two teams that nullified each other, and to sit here and say either team would have gone on to win the game is ridiculous.